out in the middle of space, Mr. Pennypacker on the destroyed capital ship is doing some work. He's on his computer, meddling around on Google, and you know, he's busy. Let's see here. Off onto his right, on the shelf, why, it's the head of Dark Milo, or a beloved Dark Milo from all our series, and now you numbskull, don't sing so loud, okay? I'm in my zone here, okay? Oh, Mr. Pennypacker, how's it going? I'm just over here. I'm just over here anytime you need anything. You numbskull, I don't really need anything right now. Well, you stop bugging me, huh? Mr. Pennypacker, yeah, this is just wonderful witch you got there. So how are you doing at building me a new body and stuff? You numbskull, you're an old model. It wouldn't be worthwhile to do so, okay? So, why don't you go roll yourself into a lake? I love the sense of humor you have, Mr. Pennypacker. I'll roll myself into a lake. Oh. And then on the Earth, our heroes, Glenn Farfinger and Billy, are getting ready to play another game. Well, hello, folks. This is Glenn Farfinger here, and this is Billy. It's me, Billy. And welcome to new Farfinger Gaming. I think it's just Farfinger Gaming. It's not new Farfinger Gaming. I just said that maybe we can have our own version of the new Farfinger Gaming. Okay, so Billy Sean here. We got Diablo 2 here on the Xbox Series X. It's we've gone a far ways, you know. We've been playing lots of Skyrim, but now we're branching off into other games, and we're getting into the new stuff. We got it's Freighter and them all said playing the new stuff. It's really this is gonna be really an epic game. But I really like that. I really like the last week how we had a Freighter on, though. I mean, he's in the year 2011. Cracky, he's in. Yeah, he went through a portal, folks, and him and Pugapi Adams are stuck in the year 2011. I really don't know where, like, why that is, or why, what happened with Freighter, but he's in the year 2011. So what we're gonna do is we got this Game Gear with a TV tuner, and we got it tuned in such a way with some alien technology, we can actually talk to Freighter in the year 2011. Let's see if we can get him on. Billy, turn it on. Okay, I'm turning it on. Hi guys. Yeah, hey, Freighter, you coming in loud and clear, buddy. Well, what are you guys doing right now? We're playing Diablo 2. Well, I mean, for crying out loud, I could play that right now. Oh no, it's a remastered version on the Xbox Series X. Oh yeah, I heard that was coming out. You can't play. Well, I can't play a remastered version. But yeah, I guess I can if I were to hunt down an old copy or something, I could play it. I actually had Diablo on the PlayStation. Oh, crackers, crackers, crackers! What was that like? That was I didn't like the controls, but that was because I was used to the intuitiveness of the mouse and keyboard and stuff. My school, I didn't have a computer back then, but my school did actually. Someone had put Diablo into one of the machines. It was kind of funny. There was actually some computer games that made it into it. Like they just didn't care. But nonetheless, we were playing Diablo, and everybody was like watching that because they were fascinated by that. And, oh, that was fascinating. And so I really made the question, Frater. I mean, so what's any new updates? Well, right now on the show is a complete chaos. Um, I mentioned, we had just gone through Final Fantasy 13 2, which is absolutely the worst game I've ever played in my life. It's a teenage girl game. It's absolutely terrible, and I've gone through some things on the show. Action 52 is I don't. Here's the funny thing: is when I do the footage of it, and I'm going through and I make fun of it. It's like 3 minutes, so it's really not a big deal when I do the actual episode. But you don't understand. I actually had to physically record 52. Well, 50 games because the version of Action 52 I have, the games are actually there's actually two games on there that don't work. So then it's just oh, whatever. So so I have to say, I mean, is it? That game's really bad. I hear it's the worst game I ever played in my life. Um, Gregory Peck's getting an absolute joy out of this. I think what it is I had forgotten that really we what it is with Peck is you gotta understand he's gonna test you, and what it is he's determining if he's gonna respect you or he's gonna bully you forever. Oh no, so you really gotta make sure that yeah, that I'm the one who wins. Well, I don't understand. I mean, what was it that really maybe got his respect and all that? That's a good question. It's hard to tell. I don't know where my memory was. 2010, 2011 was kind of a strange time for me because, I was like trying to, break out with, being an author and writing some of these paranormal books. And really a lot of it was kind of, I don't know. It was like, I think I was like kind of crashing then. Like I wasn't like that wasn't proving successful. Like I should have been on Coast to Coast AM probably at some point, and it just never happened. And as a result, it was kind of like I was flopping. So then I started to do this gaming stuff, because like what? Well, let's be honest. Okay, let's stop caring about the whole psychic thing and paranormal and all that. And let's just focus on nice nostalgic video games. Well, I could get behind it. I mean, it makes sense. Yeah, and then you realize that really you don't really know anybody to create a podcast, though you want to make a podcast because that's what it's fun to talk around video games. So I ended up finding a bunch of old actors to talk about video games, and the one's just into like Coleco games. And yeah, it was really horrible. And by the way, I've not been really talking about your game. I think it's really nice. And
Yeah, no, it's what you're doing is a little bit of grinding, and that's all. That's all good. It's all hack and slash, good fun time. Oh, that's cool. But no, like and I did that, and with Peck, I really I think I had to just develop his respect, and then it's like, you know, once he got used to me, that was what mattered. You need to understand. I just went through an episode, and I understand you when I talk about the show. Like, you think with, when I talk about Farfinger Gaming, you need to understand that when I'm talking to you guys, a lot of the stuff has already happened. It's well, actually, I could actually be honest with you, Frater. Yeah, more like it happened like 12 years ago or something. Yeah, yeah, 12 years ago. That's how far back I am. So, yeah, so really you're seeing the roots of just about everything, like Gregory Peck beat up Peter Graves again, and that was quite thrilling, and we're just going through the games, and that's it, and I'm glad you guys let me on, because, what you kind of mentioned is some of the games coming out are really good, actually, and so, yeah, I mean, we kind of want you to, Frater, if you're okay with it, we'd like you to be the third man, as far as, you know, the video games and stuff. And yeah, I mean, and look, guys, you really don't want to do a host segment, don't really have to. I mean, there's times where you do that and you're like, you can't come up with anything funny. So just yeah, just go to the video game if you can. Like just get with it. See, so we mentioned last week. Did you talk to Pugapi Adams? You see, you were going to kind of like try to, because you said that's the same Pugapi that we knew, and he woke up finally, and but it's kind of turning into a disaster because he just randomly talks about stuff, and Gregory Peck is looking at him like, "What are you even talking about?" And in a way, I I've realized that I don't think there's anything to worry about because he generally sees him as horribly insane. Gregory Peck sees him, Greg Pugapi Adams, as terribly insane, and there really isn't anything there to decipher. It's just a crazy man. And so when he's talking about Dark Milo and he's talking about all these things that have happened, like TIE fighters blowing up Crackton, Ohio, and Gregor Peck's like, oh, he's just making up stories again. And well, that's good. I mean, he doesn't know about that stuff yet. Well, he has. See, the thing is I'm even questioning if like after everything has happened, I'm even wondering is what is this? Is this like the dimension that we know? Is this another parallel dimension? Freighter. After everything we've been through, it may just be yet another parallel dimension. Well, the thing is your dimension is a computer matrix or something. I don't know. It's really funny. I mean, yeah, people here just talk backwards. I never really noticed it because we live up in like a little cabin, so we never see anybody. I, yeah, well, crackers, crackers, crackers. I've started to notice it myself. Notice, so we were talking about what happened. That you guys had to get out of there. And it's just weird for you guys. And we're being attacked by a mob here. I notice. So, what game are you planning to play next time? We're going to be playing some Microsoft Flight Simulator on the Xbox here. Well, that's something there. I mean, I actually got to play some of that, before all these shenanigans happen. I got to play some of that. Of course, now if I want to play a flight simulator, I would have to get flights. I don't even know what flight simulator is available right now. I mean, wasn't there like waiting there like a flight simulator 10 or something like that? Or yeah, yeah. Well, you need to understand, Microsoft actually got out of the flight simulator business for like 20 years almost. Yeah, what happened was after 9/11, Microsoft didn't want to get really involved with flight simulators anymore because they felt it was bad business because of 9/11. 9/11 caused a lot of damage to the flight industry. It's not that it just stopped it, but it just hurt it. And so what you're playing right in that year, the fact that a Microsoft Flight Simulator came out to a console, that's actually quite amazing. Yeah, I mean, apparently the PlayStation 5 didn't even get that. No, it didn't. No, it didn't. Did you get PlayStation 5? No, Freighter. We were not as successful in getting that. I'll give you a little honest truth. I could have had one. What happened? I actually, the day that the pre-orders went up, I actually was able to get a pre-order. Why are you just what happened? Like, well, what happened was, I had at the time, the really long unemployment, that was around at the time, around the time of the pandemic. But at the time, it was looking like you need to understand that thing was not like it wasn't guaranteed every freaking week you were going to get an unemployment check. Like sometimes it was just sometimes you never knew way the politics of the whole thing were going. Like sometimes it would just stop, and then there was a time where you were waiting for this extension, and there was a possibility that might not have happened. So yeah, so I canceled it because I wasn't going to pay like $600, $500 for a new console, especially one that didn't have very really much of any games. You know, where were the launch games for the PlayStation 5? Well, you had a reboot of Demon Souls, and I don't even think it was all of Demon Souls though. It was like kind of like a small version of it. Don't get me wrong. I heard the graphics and the controls are really smooth on it. Of course, now you got that new game. We talked about last week. An open world Dark Souls, a super open world Dark Souls, which is like freaking amazing. Yeah, it's just a really amazing thing, Freighter. Uh, yeah. I mean, everybody loves it, and yeah, and I'm stuck in 2011. Well, you get the original Dark Souls. Well, what's funny is actually, what's really funny, and you're gonna laugh, is that actually Dark Souls hasn't come out yet where I'm at. Oh no, yeah, oh no, Dark Souls hasn't even come out yet. It comes out October the 4th. You're serious? Yeah, yeah, I'm serious. Dark Souls comes out like October the 4th. Oh, wow. Yeah, wow. Yeah, it comes out October the 4th. So, yeah, that happens and that's the thing is with this time cycle that if it's like I mentioned all my studies of this time zone show that it's extremely limited and it loops. Oh, oh, cracky, cracky, cracky. You serious? Yeah, yeah. There's all indication that this time zone has a tendency to loop. It's not guaranteed, meaning maybe it'll be 2012 before I know it or whatever. But uh, are you gonna try to find a way to get out of it, or are you just gonna go with it? I go with it because what else am I gonna do? You know. And you guys need to understand, you guys are literally my only link to any of this stuff. My only link. Because otherwise, who else have I got? I mean, Pooguppy Adams? Pooguppy Adams, dude, uh, he's nuts. Like, he's a freighter. We know. We've seen it. He was collecting turtle wax. Yeah, who collects turtle wax? I mean, and then the cinder block things. And he got obsessed with collecting cinder blocks, and then putting concrete in people's cars. Like it's like I said, it's just like an endless sketch. But the only problem is, imagine if you were stuck in time. And that was the only other guy who can relate with you on that, because you're the other guy who traveled in time with you. Sometimes like Gregory Peck will be talking about something, and he'll be like, "Oh yeah, oh, yeah. By the way, and then it's like I have to constantly stop him. I have to be like, no, 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 don't tell him stuff and like that. And then Gregory Peck gets all confused. It's probably helping to at least cement down, that he that Pugapi's nuts. I mean, because you said that in that timeline, everybody's still pretty much new. You guys barely know each other. Yeah, it was kind of funny though. Like the other day, like Gregory Peck and Peter Graves were fighting, and both their vehicles, like the Studebaker and the moped, and both their vehicles were there. And I had forgotten, that Pugapi Adams had destroyed both their vehicles in the future. And it's like, you know, Frater, I must ask the question. Is Pugapi Ad? You think Pugapi Adams is going to end up destroying their vehicles before? Like before that's supposed to happen? I mean, this is a big. I mean, this is really actually quite serious. Oh yeah, this is called a paradox. I mean, but the problem is like the dimension we're in is basically a very limited dimension. It only lasts 1 year, and then it kind of flips on itself. Basically, it's a groundhog dimension, and that it will flip on itself by the end of the year. I certainly hope I'm wrong. You realize that like everything you're doing, you might have to just keep repeating. That's the thing I'm not looking forward to, because like for example, you'll think to yourself, well, I could just, like if we play Final Fantasy 13 too, like I'm just gonna be like, oh, I'm a host, I put my foot down. But then Gregory Peck might just go, oh well, oh no, we gotta play the new stuff. You gotta play the new stuff, and it's like you guys have no idea about how bad this game is. And there's times where I have to like really watch. That's the thing that sucks about this dimension, man. Like, I gotta like um watch everything I say to make sure it's like I'm not making reference to something that didn't happen. Like for example, I you know I'm probably going to play an Assassin's Creed game and understand I'm in a dimension where basically Assassin's Creed 3 hasn't even come out yet. Oh, seriously? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Um, Assassin's Creed 3 hasn't even come out. I think like Assassin's Creed Rogue or something like that comes out this year or something like that, and I don't really honestly care about that. But like no, it's Revelations. That's right. That's the game that came out. But so really, you're never going to see. You're never going to see like the PlayStation 4 or the Xbox One or well, I don't really mind not seeing the Xbox One. Uh, the Xbox One X, that's really where the system sort of redeemed itself. I called it the Xbox One Fixed. I sort of called it the Xbox One Fixed because that's what the Xbox One should have been. Should have been that. That it could play games better. That should have been it. Friday, you never. Yeah, yeah. It's 360 or PS3, and right now I don't have any way to record PS3 footage, so that sucks. So I have a method that is a hookup to an Xbox 360, and I can also do PC. So there is a lot of good games. There is a lot of good games, man, and but I will warn you, that there's some bad stuff too. There's some. So you just kind of grinding and getting loot, huh? Yeah, yeah, cracky. Yeah, we just yeah, just poking away at these baddies here. Yeah, this is the kind of game that you want to play. It's treasure hunting basically. And I do apologize. I mean, it is just a lot of grinding. It's not like there's a lot to talk about. It's just I know. Yeah, I mean, well, that's kind of gross right there. Ugly rotten apple looking thing. Jeez. We just found a cave. Well, that's good. Yeah, let's see what happens. Yeah, yeah. Look out, Glenn. Why did you just call me Billy? Why'd you call? Well, Glenn, okay, Billy Glenn, Billy Glenn. You could call me Billy if you want, Glenn. Billy Glenn. I'm confused. Uh, yeah, sometimes Billy just kind of like he gets trips himself up, and then we trip each other up, and then we totally confuse each other. So I need to tell you something, Frater. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. Um, but don't tell me something about like what's going on, like um, because like the when this stuff finally comes out, it may come out like a year later. So you're like kind of like revealing when this was actually recorded. So I usually try to kind of tell everyone to try to kind of not talk about what's going on in the world at that time. Like I'm in the year 2011, so it kind of creates some fascinating insight, about what the world was like and what the world was doing. So how's the whole thing like? Do you guys even have much of a story going on with like the Mr. Pennypacker thing, or is that kind of uh, well, I, well, actually, I really don't. Don't worry about it, guys. Yeah, I get a general feeling that as far as like storylines, like you guys aren't going to be into the storylines. Just focus on the games because, like, with me, Pooh Guppy, Gregory Peck, and Peter Graves, we've always done stories. That's just the way we do it. Almost like we do more stories than we do games. What's not even a lie about it. We video games. I'll be flat out tell you. I think I've been into more video games now than I ever have. I think I just used games as just sort of like a thing. But real reality is I wanted to do more like sketch comedy or something. Wait, we just down in this cave here. I see, yeah. Collecting the gold. Yeah, good stuff. Real good stuff. Do you ever miss being on that island? Oh yeah, oh yeah. It was really great, guys. I mean, you just with the monks. You can have Catholic mass about 3, 4, 5 times a day. He's studying all the different books about different translations and scriptural issues, and it's good stuff. I would, I would see an eternity someday where I could be in a little monastery and be just looking up, all kinds of translations and scriptures, parables, all kinds of stuff. Real good stuff. Real good stuff. Look up St. Thomas Aquinas, you know. You've been still reading Aristotle, Billy? Yeah, it's really good stuff, actually. Yeah. Yeah, hey, yeah, good. It's kind of like we've run out of things to talk about. You've kind of noticed, yeah. We're just sort of watching the footage and we're just playing stabbing things, stabby things. It's called Stabby Quest. Yeah, I'm kind of like going. It's funny how my mind works nowadays, like, because like most of these shows don't really get any kind of viewership. So nowadays, I'm kind of the way I am. Like, you need to understand. Like, I know some people would think I do this like for like like make like a great video or streaming career, and it's like, dude, I do this like a hobby. This is just to entertain myself, really. Like, it's kind of like you're making like different scenarios. Like, I always, you kind of mentioned it once, where we were working together. You kind of mentioned about the whole idea of you just like make like simulations. You like simulations. You don't like the real deal. Like you don't want to actually like create a real Twitch channel. You just want to like you just do an excuse to make like video game footage and Then later on, and then you could just make like little sketches or something. Yeah, yeah. I just I don't get into this. See, the problem is the thing is I've never been one kind of thing, which is a disaster. It's an absolute disaster in the year 2022. How about in 2011? Well, 2011 is an interesting thing because you need to understand, you know, smartphones are just starting to get hot. I would say first iPhone came out, I believe, in like 2008, 2009, I believe. And that was a big deal when that happened. Like someone saying they had like a thousand songs on like one iPhone or something, and it's like whoa, like because you're talking to someone who once at one point you would have a CD that's 60 minutes long, and that's it. Like now you're like going like whoa, of course where you guys are at in 2022, that's not a big deal. In my era, that stuff is just starting. It's just starting to get, you know, bigger phones and stuff. And you need to understand the smartphone of today in 2011 is like in your palm of your hand still. It's freaking tiny. It's before these phones are really starting to get, before they start to increase in size. But they'll get big quick, But I'm just saying, as far as like 2011 is concerned. Yeah. Oh, I mean, yeah. I mean, the iPhone that's currently around right now is like an iPhone 4. It's like, I mean, yeah. So it's pretty small. Yeah, it is. I mean, the iPhone is like just starting. Like it's literally just starting, but it's. So right now, what we're doing is just like selling products and stuff, so we can. Yep, so you can get out and have more fun. Yeah, that's the way. That's what it's about. It's the grind. You go out and you kill more monsters, and you can then sell more things and get bigger toys, and that's the name of the game. So what's really Freighter where you're at? What is the next big game though? Well, I mean, as far as release. Uh, let's see. In March you get Dragon Age 2, Crisis 2. Uh, from what I know, I seem to remember enjoying Crisis 2, but I don't really feel like buying that. Dragon Age 2 is garbage. I'm just gonna play pretend I just forgot, and the other guys will just be like, "Oh, great, we missed out." Portal 2, um, Portal 2 comes out in April, and I can get that on PC. Um, let's see. See, the thing about April, and I'm going to kind of give you this flat out warning. April is the month of what was known as the PSN apocalypse. It sounds really bad. What was it? It was something very, very bad. Basically, what happened is PlayStation wasn't taking care of their internets, their online service known as PSN, and basically a bunch of a bunch of hackers hacked into the system, hardcore hacked into it, and basically took it hostage for a couple months. I think maybe 2 months or something like that. And of course, as a result of it, they ended up creating what was known as PlayStation Plus, meaning that they would give out a free game. And I'm not talking about like something that's tied to your membership at the time. I'm talking about something that literally you can keep, which is really cool. It was really awesome, and it really kind of created a little bit of a game changer between Xbox. It created a game changer. The only problem was, is that eventually when PlayStation 4 eventually came out, any games you got from PlayStation Plus, you would lose those titles if you unsubscribed, to the service. But on PlayStation 3, no. PlayStation 3, anything that came out under that membership, you got to keep that. So even if you had unsubscribed, you still get to keep those games. So if you had like Little Big Planet, that was all yours. That was really good stuff. It sounds really cool. Yeah. So as far as titles, like in May you get L.A. Noire, you get Witcher 2. Witcher 2 is really good. Um, I can play that on PC. So well, of course, when that game came out, that was just available to PC. It would actually be a long time until a port was finally made for 360. But we can do something where we play like Witcher 1, and then we can play Witcher 2 and stuff like that. We can do that. Um, so, yeah, yeah. Then, of course, let's see. I guess August there's the new Deus Ex, the Human Revolution. I like that one. That's like it's got stealth mechanics, pretty good stealth mechanics and stuff like that. And I feel like in a ways that game did the cyberpunk thing better than actually cyberpunk. Although from what you're telling me that's all patched up finally, but when I played it, oh god, it wasn't good. So then in September you get Dead Island, and that's a good game. It's not perfect. And then there's Force Awakens 2, and we'll play that. I've actually never played that myself. Arkham City, which is a classic, comes out on October 18th. Um, so need to get that when it comes out. And then Dark Souls comes out October 4th. Battlefield 3 comes out on October 25th. Okay, so obviously, we'll have to do that, because but that'll have to be on PC because what I remember, Battlefield 3 is way bigger on PC. Uh, you could have like 64 players, so although it really doesn't matter that much, but mainly because whatever. There's Rage. I don't care about that. Not everything I'm going to be able to get to. Of course, November's Skyrim. Skyrim is like that's a big deal, and then that that'll be some great marathons. That'll be very memorable and fun. And actually, you know what? Out of this whole time travel thing, that's probably the best thing is to relive that. But the only problem is that you, yeah, yeah, you can only play Skyrim by the end of the year. Yeah, exactly. Let's see. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. Well, I don't really care. It's the campaign was actually some people really like the campaign on that one. So yeah, that's about it. Yeah, yeah. We're gonna play. You forgot the name of the game again, didn't you? Well, the problem is Freighter, is that we keep saying Ender's Ring. Elder's Ring? Is it Elder's Ring? Ender's Ring? Uh, Ender. Yeah, we'll just go with that. Just go with Ender Ring, whatever. Yeah, it's a good game. But, of course, I can't vouch on that because I'm in 2011 right now, and so kind of stuck. I time traveled. You could have been playing this. If you hadn't time traveled. I know, but that wouldn't have made a good story with the movie and all that. So I Pooh Guppy was pretty insistent that we go through the portal, and we did. I still don't understand it because you too hit the lava. I don't understand that. It's probably an anomaly, you know, probably some kind of anomaly. Um, that's the problem with your time zone, your dimension, guys. It's all full of paradoxes and oh, uh, um, so how much longer is this? Well, Freighter, we played this game for about an hour. Okay. I've been doing a lot of shows today, so I'm a little tired. I can imagine, Freighter. Yeah, you making sure you gotta keep up those gold potions, those health potions. Oh, crackies, 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 Billy. That's some sound advice. You gotta keep it. Yeah, you gotta keep those health potions up. Especially in Diablo, man, you're gonna be chugging that stuff, man. Yeah, yeah. Well, guys, I think I'm going to be tuning out here. Oh, well, it was nice talking to you, Frater. Yeah, see you guys. Hey, see you, Frater. Well, it must be something. I mean, we were talking to him through a Game Gear. I mean, that's some wild stuff. I don't understand how that works, Billy. But it does, yeah. He made a good point, though. I mean, we really don't have any storylines. I mean, we just got this whole thing with this Pennypacker guy, and I get a feeling that's not gonna do anything. Well, Billy, I am afraid to say, son, we really don't got much of an imagination. I mean, I feel like Mr. Pennypacker is just sort of like an ominous figure in just the background doing a lot of nothing. Kind of makes me miss that Dirk Milo. I mean, he used to be. Well, you apparently didn't saw last episode. He's just a cracked head. He cracked head now. He has no body. He's not much to fear anymore, Billy. I don't think he can. I don't think he can game anymore. So he can't really like. Can he use like he could probably use like voice commands and stuff. So maybe if he found a video game to challenge his at, would use his voice commands. Well, crackers, I never really thought about that before. You know that he can actually use voice commands and stuff like that. And he get there's a phone call. Hello. Oh, hello there. Hello there. Billy and Glenn. It's been a long time. Oh, it's Dark Milo. I thought you were dead. Well, what has happened is Mr. Pennypacker's brought me back. I'm just a head now. I lost my body, and this is really quite awkward, actually. He's got me on the shelf right now. Oh, but that's absolutely freaking terrible. It is actually. It's a really, really terrible thing. Um, you kind of mentioned that, I can't really challenge you anymore for the show because it would require me to actually have a body and arms to actually control a controller. You mentioned like if I could somehow find a game where you use your voice. That sounds like a good idea. Well, that's something else, Dark Milo. You're just like a bowling ball now, and oh, yes, I know. It's actually quite funny because sometimes, like, when I'm just really bored, all I need to do is really like kind of like put my head forward, and then all of a sudden it just gets really fun because you start rolling, and it's actually really fun. You guys really don't know what it's like. You can just go wee and just start rolling down the hill. Oh, it's so funny, and I got this helmet on, so I'm quite safe. Well, that's such a wonderful thing, Billy. He's really sounds like Dark Milo found his way in the world. Yeah, he says like he's really getting ahead of himself here. That's a pun. I love puns. They're so horrible. Yeah, I'm actually having quite a lot of fun like this. I never really thought about it like that. It's kind of too bad Sergeant's not around. I mean, he could have carried me around and stuff. But, yeah, well, it was nice talking to you guys. Click. Well, that was something, Billy. We got to talk to Dark Milo. We haven't talked to him in a long time. Yeah, he's kind of nuts. He was very crazy, a bit of a psychopath. But yeah, he's just a decapitated head, in a crash helmet, and he kind of just rolls around like a bowling ball, and it makes himself happy. It's kind of like it's hard to kind of debate that. You know, I mean, one person's garbage is another man's treasure. I mean, someone else could be like, "That's horrible. I would hate that," and someone else might be like, "Well, that's wonderful." This show's really took a strange turn. Well, I'm sorry, Billy, but like right now, there isn't really much on our screen to talk about. It's a lot of grinding. We're right now just fighting like the same monsters over and over. Although right now it's actually getting kind of epic because these monsters are getting really big now. Actually, Frater was getting kind of bored out of his wits there. Once he has nothing else to talk about. I mean, he doesn't get interested by a lot of stuff actually. Like like this game here. I could kind of see he was just kind of like, oh boy, here we go. This is kind of boring. So, yeah, I mean, well, Billy, we're almost done. It's about an hour, and then that'll be enough. Then next week we'll do Microsoft Flight Simulator, and then we'll do some Cyberpunk 2077, and only thing is I'm gonna need to make sure to change the options in that because you can change it so there's no nudity, and that way we don't get booted off YouTube or something. And then also don't forget the copyrighted music. There's actually, I think, a mode where you can turn that off. Yes, yes. Holy cow here, Billy. Billy, we're getting whooped on upon by these magic ghosts. Oh, Rory, they're really fighting us hard. Oof, we actually got rid of that. Holy cow. It just about killed me off there. Oof. So, do you think anybody's like watching this all the way through? Like Fraser kind of like keyed that in. He kind of said, "Well, chances are there's probably no one watching. So if you want to leave early, yeah, ah, I can kind of understand that though. That Fraser would be like, yeah, you could leave early on this because although to be honest, get kind of getting a little deeper in this dungeon. It's kind of fascinating. He dealt with all those ghosts, so the ghost pigeons or something. Yeah, are pretty hard hitting. Oh, yeah, I think yeah, hey, let's go out the back. Okay, wait, Billy. Okay, we'll go out the back. Folks, we'll see you next week. Okay, you guys can keep watching if you